Hey Stampers, I'm coming again with, I'm using actually this gorgeous paper. It's called Countryside DSP. I've made some cards. I've used 3 sheets and I've still got all this left. So only used just over half of one of those, about 2/3 of one of them, and then I've got, well, there's those flower, these are all these bits off this sheet. So I've got all these bits still. So less than a half a sheet with this one. Probably got some other little bits here. But some of the cards I've used full pieces. Some of the cards, yeah, so yeah, just over. So 2.5 full sheets. I've made 10 cards. Well, we're going to make 10 cards. I've got them all prepped. I haven't added any papers yet. I haven't made the cards up, but I'm just showing you what I've got left. I've literally had this and a couple of other little tiny scraps to cut out one of the flowers, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. So you've just seen the size of that piece. So 2.5 sheets makes 10 cards.
Yeah.
And some of them are going to be using my scraps. So I'm just going to pull the, I've numbered them, even though it doesn't matter which order we do them in. So this is just a basic 10th fold card. It measures 5 7/8 by 4 1/8. I've cut myself a piece of this beautiful boho blue. It looks a bit like, yeah, it's boho blue. It looks a little bit like balmy blue, so, but the balmy blue is a lot paler. So I've cut this one down to 4 by 3 3/4, and my white then I've cut down to 5.5 by 3 3/4. It's just to layer over this beautiful card layer, and then I'm going to lay it on there, and it will determine which way round we have the card, this way or this way, after. Well, these are my bits, so I'm not getting rid of any of them, and I'm not going to throw them in the bin, and I'm not going to be farting around cutting them all down to the size I want. So I'm just going to add them, literally add them, and it makes a blocky card, and I just think it's so cute. So with the, now I'm going to determine whether I'm going to have it this way. I've got a nice little strip there. I am going to leave a little bit of a gap, but I'm not going to leave a huge gap. So I think I may just go this way. I've got another little square piece there. My trimmer blade literally needs changing. I only changed it the other, look, see, it's got some tiny little fraying on the end. So I think it's the same width. What, yeah, one way or the other, it's literally a gap out. So I'm gonna literally glue this on. I may even add this in the center, roughly. Just hope it stays straight. It's not even bang in the center, but we'll, I don't know why I'm doing it in center, because we're not going to have a focal point, because we're going to be using this new decorative circles, and we're going to be using 3 different stamp sets. I'm using the Colour and Contour, Pansy Patch and Quiet Meadow, just for the sentiments, nothing majorly. So I'm going to leave a gap, and if we have to trim a little bit off, we have to trim a little bit off. But now I'm thinking of it, if I do it up close, I can only trim off, and then don't need that white border. So we just lay these up at the moment. So let me get my, the only reason I'm putting this down is because I can't see on top of my white paper. So even if you do get a little farty white bit, I can trim that down. So same paper, just on reverse. You could add double-sided paper, sticky paper, but I'm not going to. I'm just using my mat. Even if you've got a white border somewhere, it doesn't really make any odds. So I've got this cute little strip, and then I've got this other one that can go on the end there, but do I want to add, I've got an even thinner piece there. Yeah, let's add this. I'm going to take that tiny little white slither off just to see what this measurement is. This is 3/4, so if I do that 7/8, see, I'm not going to take much off, so let's do this 3/4, and I'm keeping an eye out for me. Actually looks okay. Don't throw that little strip, you'll be surprised where you're going to stick it. So I'm going to stick that right on the end. Whoops, there goes my trimmer. But how cute is this paper? Love it, love it, love it, love it. And then we've got this nice piece which gives stripes. I'll come back to that one. So that will go over there. Oh, but look how cute that rabbit is. Let's go with the rabbit. I mean, how cute are these cards gonna be? So don't even go cutting these off yet, just because you might need them. So that can go on there, and then this strip will go on the end there. That is cute. So just mix and match. I just love blue and white papers, and I know a lot of you girls do too. So do we want blue on blue, or do we want another pattern? I think I'm going to stick with the pattern. There's no right or wrong way to put these papers on. They literally, whatever you want to do. Nice little strip across there. See, now I've got a tiny little white border there, so I could use that. I got a little. So let's just guess. I am gonna cut that just halfway through that stripe, so we're not wasting any of these pieces, we're just using them up. So let's get this cute little piece glued on. Some are fun fold cards, some are just straightforward cards. I like to mix and match, you know me. May need to put a little bit more glue on the end. That's too cute. Oh, look at that, and get a nice little gap as well. More of those juicy little rabbits. Oh, I don't know. No, I'm gonna have the stripe. I do have some more little bits. You can butt them up close, you can pull them apart. I think that I'm gonna have that little white piece there. Oh, that's cute. I do love those beautiful white flowers and blue flowers, absolutely stunning. And then I can cut that little strip down to there. So let's not even use my trimmer. I can't, the only thing with me, I can never cut a straight line. let's just hope that's forgiving. Oh, that'll do. I could have cut it down a tiny fraction more, but I'm not brave enough. Doesn't have to all match up, but look at that. I mean, I can justify myself by throwing that little bit away. Gotta fetch my trimmer in now, and where I need, maybe I could just trim that off because that's all loose. I'm not the best trimmer in the world when it comes to, I always end up cutting too far in and end up catching the paper. But look, you can justify throwing those little tiny pieces away. I mean, you can't make a card out of that, but you can see what you've made like that. I love patchworking. I love it. It's so cute. You could add some ribbon now before you attach it. I haven't pulled any down, but I think with that beautiful blue background, just going to whip that over. And if you do have any little boo-boos anywhere, you can literally cover them up. Oh, that is so cute. Isn't that gorgeous? So I would literally stick my sentiment here. Let me glue this down as well. You could use foam tape. You can use glue. Dimensionals. You could even use your tape runner. I'm definitely going to keep my card on the side. This way. Give myself a white little border all round. Just going to whip that out of the way because it was only for the bits. That is so cute. Now I've got a blue. Oh yeah, I need a little tiny bit of glue under there. So I'm just trying to put the pin in that. I have got, where have they gone? Here. After cutting my cards, I only used one of each sheet. So I got a card, a base for other cards, and then I got scraps. And I'm going to be using also my little flower punch. Love this. I think it's dead cute, and it's well worth it when you get 3 different types of flowers. You don't have to use all 3. You don't even have to use the leaf. Because we're doing black and white cards, I'm just going to think now. So I know for a fact I'm going to cut one of each out for now. That way, because some of the cards I might just stamp right on the card as well. And you notice I'm literally pouring it in so I don't get any waste. So I've got all those for flowers. I've still got my punch. Now I can design this. I could have the same colour, which is cute. I could also have a paler version. The misty. Now I'm drawn between these 2 colours. You could even overlap them and then put a sentiment in the centre using an oval punch. Oh, that'd be nice. But I'm drawn to this Night of Navy one. So let me grab my 2-inch circle punch. Because I know this, you'll know after I've seen the video that this one fits perfect. I'm going to grab my scraps bin because I don't want to waste anything. I've got so many scraps of white. Look, all this is scraps of white. I can use them for card front. They're quite thick as well, so. Or I could basically pull out some Whisper White, which is nice to stamp on. but I know my 2-inch circle punch fits. So push that in, just so you pop it out. I'm gonna grab even the Night and Navy, even though there's not too much of it. Well, there's a fair bit. And I'm gonna use this. It says, "Thank you for everything." And you know me and thank you cards, love them. So this is circular. So as long as we aim for the centre, it's not like I'm ever gonna not stamp it properly. And in the quiet meadows come these little dashes and dots. So let's grab some scrap. I've got another 10 cards coming up soon using this punch, this die actually, and the bits that you cut out for decoration. So you're gonna be like, what? So look at me, screw scratch paper, and I use scratch paper, and then I'm going to stamp it on my normal pad. Don't worry about that. So again, let's get some glue out. And the other little one's running out, so line this up. It fits in that centre, absolutely beautiful. And then I grab some dimensionals. You just need 3. No need to waste any more than that. And like you say, you could spend more time on these. Look at these. I've got all my little cutouts in there. It's the wrong bit I'm using. I'm going to tip all that into my other tub and use this for my dimensionals. So again, I am literally... You don't even add, I'm going to add that on a slant. I think that is so cute. You could add a ribbon. I'm literally going to grab my flower punch wherever it's gone, right in front of me. If that had been a dog, it would have bit me. And I'm going to use the Night of Neve. No, Misty Moonlight. And I'm basically just going to cut those 2 flowers out there. Keep those, get rid of the bits. I got my sponge pad. I'm going to use my tip, and I'm only going to use the centres. And now I've got these cute little gems that I bought from the range a couple of weeks back, which are absolutely beautiful contrasting beads. Where's my pokey tool? Let's leave my old one because I don't want to get it dirty. My new one. So I'm going to stick one of those in the centre. And I got a slightly bigger one for this one. Oh, they are so cute. And I'm just going to add 2 of those cute little flowers right there. I'm not going to add dimensionals this time. I'm going to make sure that little gem's in the centre. It's better. Just going to add a little dot. And do you know what I haven't used for a long time? I'll have to have a look, see if I can find it. My shimmer spray. Because we could shimmer spray some of these cute little flowers. But there is card number 1 using the scraps. It's actually card 10, but the way I put them in order. So let me pop them to one side. Let's get on with this one. Now, you've seen me do this card before. It's basically another 10-fold card, and I've scored it in the middle, and I've come out 1 inch and I've scored it again. And we're just going to glue that 1 inch down. So I scored this at 5 7/8 and 4 7/8, just so when I pull this back, it only opens that way. So it's a little It looks like it reminds me of a Polaroid. So you can have it on the side. You can even have it opening this way. In fact, that's the way I'm going to have mine. And this is going to... I've cut this 4x4. This piece is 3 3/4. Can you see all the little white frayed bits coming off there? Ew. But I'm not going to let... And if you do let it bother you, grab your blends. If you don't want to see the white paper come through, where you've cut with your trimmer, just waft your blend on the top and down the sides. You could do with your ink pad as well if you haven't got the blends. And now you can see no white bits, and it looks nice no matter which way round you pop this. So I'm just going to use this. This is 3/4 by 4. And I'm just going to literally trim that. I can see the little bits poking under. I'm going to have to change my blade, I think. I don't really want to yet. And then this one I cut at 1 inch. Well, just slightly smaller than 1 inch. And again, you could use it on the top, get rid of those white bits. You could use the distress ink just to colour them up to make it more, what do they call it? Shabby chic. But these blues to me are a nice clean line. They look clean, contemporary, absolutely beautiful. So I could open this way at the minute. I have not, you know, I've got a nice trick. It's a bit deceiving, so that's why I'm going this way. The birds are going the right way. And I've done a card like this before. So let's do a card like this one. Wow. Love it. So I've got a piece of white for the inside, but this cardstock is pale enough. Got a nice little gap in between there. We've got a nice little gap where the card will open there. So cute. So I'm just gonna literally grab myself a pencil. Only because I didn't mark it. Mind you, I could just measure that. That is 4 7/8 by 4 1/8. And I've already cut these to 3 7/8. So I'm going to do this at 4 and let's try 4 3/4 first. That's cute. Let's add that on the inside. Oh, I shouldn't have glued that there. Let me just show you why. Get my borders nice and neat. And again, there's still a little bit of ink on there, so cute. So I've just decorated the inside, which is going to be at the bottom, so we've still got space to write our message. The card will sit up like this. I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight this time. And I'm going to... Oh, there's just a little... And I wonder if... Look, see, I'm a bit too close to the edge. But I've got a tiny little bit that's not on there, on the bottom. So I'm going to stamp that, and I'm going to add a flower there. So don't even think, oh, I've done it wrong. You will never do it wrong. But I tell you what I am seeing. A little fraying. And this is from my new punch. if you do get that, I don't know what I'm going to suggest. Maybe line it up in a different part of the punch and see if that's sharper, but it's a brand new punch. You shouldn't be doing that. What is wrong with this? Again, I can't see, that's what it is. Right, that is the section that we're going to add the flower on. So that could even go down there. And then this time I'm going to stamp with wishing you a little extra happiness just because of you. Isn't that lovely? So I'm going to use the boho blue on this one. I mean, if you all, that fits in there beautiful. So I'm going to turn that because that's where my flower's going. Oh, cute, cute, cute. That's the first time I've used the blowho. What am I like? The boho blue. So I'm going to trim myself off some dimensionals. I don't like these going to waste. I love, in fact, I use the edge pieces before I actually use the normal dimensionals normally. Perfect. Do you know what? I placed my order the other day, got it, and then thought I haven't got no little dimensionals, mini dimensionals, and I found shed loads, absolutely shed loads. I'd been oh look, I've smudged it. No, don't do that. I will put a fresh one over that later. So I'm just going to add that there. I can't believe I've smudged it. So I'm going to grab my blue. I'm going to go for, I'm going to punch all three if I can. There we go. I'm going to use my bone folder on this one just to break down the fibres a little bit. I'm going to fetch this in. I'm just going to do the centres again. And I did have one there that I cut out. I wonder if I could stick, if I can find the right spot. Oh, there we are. So let's glue that on there. That's wrong. Oops, I've dropped it. There's that bit. It goes along like that. So that was the little piece that I cut earlier, and I'm going to dot that in there, just offset that a little bit. Give that a squeeze. Then I'm going to pop that just to give it a little bit of shape in there. That is cute. Then I'm going to come in, I'm going to add a deep one this time and pop that in there. That is too cute. And then where that little piece didn't cut out, oh, that is so, I wish, Winker Stella, you know I can't find my shimmer spray, so I use my Winker Stella just to add some sparkle on the ends. This shimmer spray would be absolutely fabulous with this cardstock and this, grab a mini dimensional now, pop that on the back when it's not sticking to my finger, and then I'm gonna just literally attach that, and you can't even see where I've made a boo-boo. I will go over that sentiment, or I will use, you could add a piece of ribbon there before you glue this down. But there is card number 2. Woohoo, on a roll. So card number 3. I've got it written. Oh, little squares. Now, yeah, out of all the little bits I had, I cut 1-inch squares. I got a piece for the inside. Let's glue that in. Like I'm saying, I cut 1 card, but most of my cards are white. So, please forgive me. I use the colours then. So we've got white and we got little squares. So I tended to have the pattern. They're all 1-inch squares. So pattern. I've jungled them all up though. Pattern. Look, there's a piece of rabbit. So you can either squash them right to the edge. And then, where's the rabbit? Where's the stripes gone? There it is. I think I may have the stripes going that. Why does this not? This is just short of 4, so I'm going to edge them over. They should all be the same size because I could them on trimmer. But we could have a little gap. We're not going to get a gap at the sides though if... Or maybe I should have just done it as 4x4. Oh, am I going to cut another piece? And then we were going to pick the next row down, which would have been the stripes. Then the pattern. Then the stripes, but I want to go stripes up, stripes across, and then pattern. Then I was going to go back, then we're going to add this pattern, so it would have been pattern, blue, pattern. Don't worry about those, I'll glue them in now, won't take long. Pattern. Then we can go back to, we find the stripes. Where's my other stripe? So let's keep that one and keep those 2. Am I missing a stripe? That's a bit dodgy. Ah, there it is it? Yeah. And that one goes there. I thought I was missing something. Then we can go back to stripe, pattern, stripe. Oh, there goes my battery. Pattern. Let me swap that over quick. I'm trying my best to keep an eye, girls. And then if you don't want that bottom bit, you could leave that and stamp a sentiment on there, or you can go back to this pattern You might think it's a little bit fiddly, but it's well worth it when you can just look at that. How cute. So let's get some, I think I've got a bit of glue left. So let's get these glued on quickly. I didn't say they were quick cards. I'm going to try and leave myself a little gap. And if we have to cut some down, we have to cut some down. Or, no, we'll have to cut some down. Stop it, Gaynor. I'm trying to convince myself of something. So I've turned that round just so. can line that up. I mean, I could have sliced a piece of each of the papers. Would never have done any harm, but I wanted to get as many cards as I could using the least amount of paper as possible. Whoops. Did you see that go rolling, rolling, rolling then? I mean, I should have used my 1-inch square punch because I got a 1-inch square punch that the beautiful Nina Tanner sent me a long time ago. How cute. I should fetch my silicone matting. Look at those, they've all fell off. So, we've got this row. Do we want that same, or are we going to swap? Will it change up my pattern? Or are we going to add this pattern in because we've already got that row in? So we could have, yeah, we're going to add this one in. It's like having 2 rows and then a split in the center. This is so cute. I'm definitely going to have to change my blade. So let's go stripy stripy on that one. Where's the other stripy strap? There it is. Tiny look, making sure I keep my little birdies the right way. And then I'm going to go stripes down. So we've got stripes that way, and that way. Oh no, I've got them to the right way. Oh, silly sausage. That's a big gap for some reason. I have to turn that. That is too cute. And then let's go back. We've got rabbit's faces, so we'll put the rabbit's faces on because you just don't want rabbit bodies. Use the body then to use the stripe. Look. Oh, it's doing my head in. Where is it? Pokey tail. That is for my frayed paper. Rabbit head. It's got rabbits, foxes, birds, trees, and flowers. Beautiful paper, must admit. Do you know, in the catalogue, I was like, no, I don't want it. I don't like the look of it, blah, blah, blah. And do you know, I saw people making cards with it, and I was like, oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we're going to go dark again this time. And if I've got a strip that's left at the top, I'm not going to worry about that at all. I mean, those little bits we take off, we could add at the top. It just reminds me of a continental quilt. And me and Mr. Boyce have just bought new bedding. We haven't put it on yet. And it's these colours, blues. Absolutely love blues. It just reminds me of the country. Yeah, I've never ever wanted to live in the country. I don't want to live in the country. I just like everything to do with the country. Does that make sense? I'm a people person. I like to be around people. So we can trim off them. It's a little bit damp still, so what I'm going to do is, where's my card? This is the one. I'm going to set it to one side just to let that dry. Then we'll come back to it in a minute. So let me get one of these glues put away because I've got them all open. And one of them's going to dry out on me otherwise. So let me see what I've got. Where's my tissue gone? Just want to clean this. I know it's just tissue, but it will just peel off. Flick it in the bin. Turn it over even. Perfect. Right, let's see what we've got for card the next one. Oh, now this one is a full piece of cardstock. We've got 2 of them. They're both the same size. I think I might have to chop that down a wee bit. Look, they're not long enough. So these need to be 5 5/8. Look, tiny little fraction. So what's this? If this is 5 5/8, it is. I'm going to have to come down to 5 3/8. I don't like throwing things like that away. So let's just check. And now it's the same size. So I'm going to have to cut this down. So this is going to fit on the inside. So it's going to be the same. So I need to trim this down. I done this 3 7/8, same as my card width. So let's do this 3 5/8. Don't throw these little bits. Honestly, do something with them. So let's check. Oh, there it is. So yes, I've got my nice little, we're going to cut from there to there, there to there, and then going to flip. Does that sound okay? So I'm going to use my trimmer for this one. I don't know why. I'm going to change this blade first because look at me. I want a decent cut. I've been cutting a lot of cardstock and a lot of what else? I've been cutting a lot of scraps, and I've been doing like 2-3 layers thick, and that's probably why my blade is blunt. So let's pop this in corner to corner. Oh no, don't do that. So we got corner to corner. Take your blade halfway, she says. Put it in first. Put it in first, Gaynor. And then come down. And then go back through. So, you've got it. Now what I'm going to do is, you've got to keep it level. Because you're going to cut from that corner to that corner. And you can't do it from there to there, because it might be off. So, keep your corners bang on. Put that corner in. Don't let it go past there. It's got to be bang on. Corner to corner. And again, put your blade halfway. And then come through. And then let's do it while we've got a card out. So I'm going to add the corners at the top like that. And I'm only holding it to the side because I'm crap when it comes to perfect. So you want a nice little border top and bottom. And again, oh, now do I do the bottom? Yes, I've got to try and keep that. Yeah, perfect with that one. With a little border at the bottom. I mean, you could do this. You could do 4 lots of card with the cut, stack and shuffle. As long as you cut them all the way I just did. Then you can shuffle them round. Making sure I've got the points are virtually touching each other. Right, and then we're going to flip these round and give ourselves a that is lovely. Isn't that cute? I have been looking for fun fold cards, come across these beautiful ladies on the internet doing cards with scraps, even though I've done loads of cards with scraps, but you always come up, there's always somebody else with a little bit of a better idea. So give credit where credit's due. Who did I watch now? May made it. Sam Mixed Up Crafts. I can't think of the last name. Cal Clock. I can't remember. Sam. Oh, I can't remember. What did it used to be? I can't remember what it used to be even, because she. I don't know, she went back to her maiden name, bless her. So, but I used to enjoy watching Sam. So again, we've got a piece for the inside. Let's just glue that in. Lisa Curcio, is it? I watched quite a few ladies. There was the lady, some I don't know, Crafty Crafter. Oh, I can't remember. I'm terrible with names. But you can find all these cards out there yourselves. Again, with this one, you could have it as a tentfold card. You can have it opening on the side. You're the one in charge, so you say, let's add some dimensionals to this one. Do we need, no, I haven't picked ribbon. Stop it with the ribbon, Gaynor. Telling myself off. So I'm just literally cutting all around the outside. I cut them in two, so there's two little blocks. I mean, if you want to be stingy, you could cut them. So I do these, that's in the shape of a P and a line, so I do them in shapes of the P. I'll show you now. It looks like a P or a B. So I like to put them on the ends, so the straight bit is on the edge of the card. You can have it that way. Just keep turning your card. As long as they're on all four corners. Just pulling that one off. And those two. So that one can go there. I've already peeled the backing off, it's stuck to my finger. And then this one on the corner, she says, that doesn't want to come off. There it is. That one I'll just pop in the centre. But if you want to find a beautiful ribbon and wrap it round, I do have some Night of Navy Baker's twine. But we've done the inside. Now it's up to you which way round. I just want to make sure I've got this lined up with space at the bottom. Oh, pretty, 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 pretty. And push out. That is cute. Do you want it opening this way? Let's grab our boho blue again. Oh, what do people do? Just, I don't know how they do it. Oh, I always struggle. I'm just gonna do full strength that side, and full strength that side, but I've turned them round. I like that. That is cute. And I won't wipe the ink off that. Right, let's do the stamping this time. So let's do this one. It says heartfelt love and caring thoughts with you. Oh, halo. What you do if you've got a halo, turn it over. Don't press too hard. Like I'm a rough crafter, as they call it. I press too hard. I always have, and I shouldn't. So I'm going to give that a wipe off because it's got it around the edge. And I shall just dab next time. So I'm going to lay that down gentle. See it? How it smudges? That's quite a nice look, actually. It stayed dry. It's just slightly off center. See that there? So what I'm going to do, I don't know what's wrong with my punches. Maybe I need some foil. Maybe I need some foil. I'm going to pop that in the centre. See how it's slightly off there? Let's pop that in the centre. And this time we can add our flower that side. I like the off, see the blue there matches? Mind you, all these blues are in there. What's the time? Oh, premiere's starting. I might just pause the video and then you won't notice anyway, so, and then I'll come back because I do like attending my premieres with the girls, with you girls. I like a gym wag. So, what card are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're nearly halfway through. Some of them are so simple that'll be done in no time. So, I'm going to add that right in the centre. I'm going to contrast with, I'm going to have a balmy blue little one. And I'm just going to add the one this time. Again, I'm going to get my mat. And I'm going to go for a big jewel this time. See what that looks like. Look at me, I'm covered. Look, these punches, why are they not punching? These are brand new, I've never used them apart from displaying on a, that is too cute. Let's pop that there. I might just go and get the little one. And again, swish it round. Oh, look at that, it's a fatter end. Let's grab a smaller gem and a different colour. That's cute. Maybe on one of the cards we'll have one of each of the flower colours. But how sweet. I mean, for just a quick and simple card, that is really cute. We've got it stamped in the centre. So give me 2 minutes. I'm going to pause the video, go and watch my premiere with the girls, and I'll be back with you girls. See you in a sec.